morning, class. Today we are going to be dealing with mathematics grade 7. It's Monday. And welcome to mathematics grade 7. So to log in, please go to www.hellosmart.com, and then to take part in the assessment, sign up as a guest and type in your class ID, which is shown on the screen here, which is 598751. Add your name, and the lesson is starting now. So the first thing that we'll be looking at will be adding mixed numbers, the numbers with the same denominator, the numbers with the different denominator. And then we'll be also subtracting mixed numbers with the same denominator and the ones with different denominator. So when we start, we'll be looking at combining fractions. Gary was asked to solve this problem. A team of road builders built 8 divided by 12 kilometers of road in 1 week and 10 out of 12 kilometers in the next week. What is the total length of the road that they built in the 2 weeks? So in other words, it means we are going to add 8 out of 12 plus 10 out of 12 and see how much it is. And let's see how they came out to the number of 1/6, which is similar to 1/2. So in calculating there, we saw that the first week it was 8 out of 12. The other week it was 10 out of 12. So when we add, we know that the LCM, which is 12, and 12 into 12 goes once, times 8 is 8, plus 12 into 12 is 1, times 10 is 10. And when we add here, we get 18 divided by 12. To simplify 18 divided by 12, we say 12, how many times does it go into 18? It once. And then it leaves 6 out of 12. And 6 out of 12, we simplify it further by saying that this is equal to 1. 6 into 6 goes once, into there goes twice. Remember the units because we are dealing with kilometers. So going back to our slide here, we see that the answer indeed was similar to what we got, which is 1/6 out of 12, which is the same as 1/1/2, which is a half kilometers. So we were adding there. Ketri was also asked the question, how much is 4, and then the fraction is 5/9 plus 2, 7 out of 9. He could work out the whole numbers, which is 4, and then he added the 2, he got 7. It's 4 plus 2, I'm sorry about that. He got a 6. So let's see how Gary, when he was combining this, how much, why did he get a 7 over there? So let's go over and then we'll answer number 1 at the same time. So here, so I'll write the question here on my next page. which will be 4 over 9 plus 2, 7 over 9. If you check the first question that we did, we had the same denominator of the fraction there. So the second one is a mixed number, but the denominators there are the same. So here we are going to get 4 plus 2, 6. And then the fractions, we have over 9, same denominator. It's 5 plus 7, which is equal to 6. 5 plus 7, which will be our 12 over 9. But we also see that 9 can go into 12. How many times? Once. So it's going to be 6 plus 1 whole there. It's leaving the fraction 3 over 9. We add in the whole numbers. We get 7 and then 3 over 9. It is always good in math to simplify your fractions. We can leave it like that, but we need to always simplify it. 3 into 3 goes once, 3 into 9 goes 3 times. So we have solved this one, whereby we can see that the answer was 7, 3 over 9. And the question was, will Katie be wrong if he said her answer was 7 over 1/3? We see that the answer is correct because he simplified 3 over 9, which is equivalent to 1/3. So Sintering had 4 and 7 out of 12 bottles of cooking oil. He gives 1 out of 5 over 12 bottles to his friend William. How much oil does Sintering have left? If you give, it means you no longer have. In other words, you are subtracting. So let's see. We have seen the addition. Now we are doing the subtraction of where the denominator is the same. So we are having 4. Let's change our pen. We are having 4, 7 out of 12 minus 1, 5 out of 12. What you see here when you subtract, because 7 is greater than 5, it can be easier to subtract. And then 4 minus 1, you can simply say 3, and then 7 minus 5, which is a 2 over 12. It's safe to do this only if this number here is bigger than this one here. But you can also work it on the other way, which is a long method, which I'm going to show you now how we can do that one. So let's come to number 2 here, doing it on the long way. So the first one we had 4, 7 out of 12 minus 1, 5 out of 12. Remember, we did it the short way but maybe other people have been doing it the long way, whereby you convert this as one fraction, whereby you multiply 12 times 4, which is 48, plus 7, you get 55 out of 12. And then here you make one fraction, 12 times 1, which is 12 plus 5, you get 17 out of 12. Your LCM, which is 12. 12 goes once, times 55 is 55. Minus 12 into 12 is 1, which is minus 17 times 1 times 17 there. And then the answer here, which you get, will be 38 out of 12. 12 goes how many times into 38? There you see that it goes 3 times, it leaves 2 out of 12. And then what must we do with that fraction? We must always simplify it, and we get 3, and then 1 over 6. The number we got here was 3, 2 over 12. And this, if you go back, 2 into 2 once, 2 into 12, 6. Similar to the number that we got here, which is this one here. So you can do it the long way or the short way. The only thing that you need to remember, learners, is that this number, if you are going to subtract, must be greater than that number if you are doing the short way. And also checking that your denominators are the same. Then you can subtract and make it a shortcut, whereby you say 4 minus 1 is a 3. 7 minus 5 is a 2 out of 12. And that is a 3, 1 over 6. Remember here you are simplifying or making them to the least fraction that you can write. Okay. Then question 3. Question 3. Question 3 is interesting because now Margaret has 5 over 8 bottles of cooking oil. She gives away, meaning that you are subtracting to her friend 3 fraction 7 out of 8 bottles to her friend Naledi. How much oil does Margaret have left? If you see on this question here, five is less than 7. So we cannot just directly subtract as similar to the first one that you did over there. So we are going to see this one. There's only one way that you are going to do it. So let's write the question there, which will be 5 out of 8 minus 3, 7 out of 8. So we are going to write the same fraction here as whole. 8 times 5, 40 plus 5, that's 45 out of 8. 8 times 3, 24 plus 7. And then we get the one is 31 over 8. Our LCM here will be 8. Then the 45 minus 31, we get 14 out of 8. 14 out of 8. We're going to simplify that. 8 goes once. It leaves 6 out of 8. We need to simplify this fraction. Divided by 2 here, divided by 2, we get 1, 3 out of 4. We're only going to do the one that have been highlighted. So because we have done similar one like this one, I'll give you a chance now to quickly do this one, which is 3 6 out of 7 plus 3 divided by 7. Try on your own to see how much you get. And then we are going to do addition here together with you, whereby we are having different denominators. So quickly do this one for me, number B, so that we check whether we're going to get the similar answer. Just for a few minutes for you to do that, and then we'll come to number C. So the question there was 3 6 out of 7 that I said you must do. And for you to have this one, when you add, it's easy. You can add the fractions and the whole numbers. So here we are having 3, and then we are having 7, 6 plus 3, because our denominator is the same. So we end up with 3 9 out of 7. And I hope that you also got that. But with that one, you can simplify that. 7 into 9 goes once. So we are having 3 plus 1. And then the fraction that is left there is 2 out of 7. So our answer, I hope you got it, which is 3 plus 1, 2 over 7. That is the answer that we have over there. Now together, I want us to come and do the one. That one was simple because of the same denominator. Now we check the one with the different denominator, which is our number C. Okay, similar to that. So our number C is 3 6 out of 7 plus 1 1 out of 4. I'm wrong there. I don't know which one I'm looking at, which is 4 out of 5. It should be similar to this one here. So this is my 6. Remember, we cannot just add. Denominator is different. So we have to find this one as our whole. Or we can say 1 plus 3, which is 4, and then add our fractions, which is 6 out of 7 plus 4 out of 5. So our fraction here, our denominator, our LCM can be 35. The common lowest multiple, so here goes 5 times. 5 times is 6, plus this one times 7. 7 times 8, 28. So we add. So we get total there. Our 4, remember there's still a 4 here. Our 4, 58 over 35. But we see that 35 can go into 58. So we get 4, then 35 goes once there, and the remainder that leaves here, which is 58 minus 35, we get 23 over 35. So our answer becomes 5, 23 over 35. So with this one, we added the 2, which is a 4, and then we added the fractions separately by looking for the LCM. Now we see that this different denominator, we have seen how we do it, and then we must now do number F. Quickly do number F for me, because we are having different denominator there for you to practice and to see if you did understand. But here, we are subtracting, but you are doing it in a similar way there. Instead of a plus there, it's going to be a minus over there. So maybe before you do that, we can do number E together. Number E. Let's see my E if I have it here. It should be 3 over 1 over 10 over 10. One 3 over 10 minus 2 over 3. That's over there, similar to that one. So we are looking for this one. Because we're subtracting, we need to make this as our whole fraction. 10 times 1 is 10 plus 3 is 13 out of 10, and then 2 over 3. We cannot just subtract on top and at the bottom because our denominator is not the same. So here our LCM is 30. 10 into 30 goes 3 times, times 13, 39. 3 into 30, 10 times, times 2 is a 20. We end up with 19 over 30. So that will be our answer. So now you are ready to do number F for me in the similar way. So 1 minute for you or 2 minutes to quickly do that, but we're still gonna check if you did it correctly, and let's see how much you're getting. Number F there. Okay, I'll repeat the answer for you there. On top here, I'm going to write it. So the answer, the question that we are still doing now is this one. I know some of the learners have done this quickly because they have realized that these are equivalent. And if they're equivalent, it means directly it's 5 out of 10. We apply what we learned the previous lesson, that is 5 out of 10. And this are similar. When you subtract, they disappear. and that you end up with a 2. However, if you did not see that, then you made this as a whole fraction, you're still doing it a long way but the correct way, whereby you are saying this 10 times 3 plus 5, 35 out of 10, minus 2 times 1, which is a 2 plus 3 over 2. And then you looked for the LCM, which was 10. So here goes once times 35 is 35. And then 2 into here goes twice times 3, which is a 6. And then when you subtract it, what did you get? Where did I go wrong here? Because it's something that is not similar. You have 35 over 10. That one is correct. And this one is still correct. And then this goes 5 times. I'm wrong here. Okay, may I erase? This goes 5 times. And then 5 times 3 is 15. And then 15 is a 20 over 10. And 10 into 20 goes twice. You still had the same answer, but the long method. If you did not realize that these are equivalent, and the answer was 2 there and here. The answer is still 2. Whatever method you use, you still get the same answer. I hope you're on the same team with you. Number I. If you are doing number I, because we have the same denominator, we just add our total 5 learners. Let's see how many 5 do we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And you get 65. The LCM number there is still the same. 8 into 65 goes 8 times. It leaves 1 over 8. Then now let's do number 5. Number 5 simply because it is width. So we need to check. Nell's report has 5 chapters. The first chapter was 3 over 4. I'll write over here. It was 3 over 4. The second chapter was 2.5. The third chapter was 3 over 4. The fourth chapter was 3 pages. And the fifth chapter was 1.5. How many pages was Nell's report in total? So in other words, we need to add. And I've shown you that when you add, it's simple. We just add the whole numbers first, which is 2 plus that is 5 plus 3 is 8. And then we are having 3 over 4. Our half in equivalent, when you write it over 4, you multiply by 2, the top and the bottom, times 2 times 2. We get, so this one, quickly maybe we'll have 2 out of 4. Equivalent is still 3 over 4. And then half is 2 out of 4. So you quickly add on top there, these numbers, and then you simplify it. And then I'll check it tomorrow how much you got. This is where we'll stop for today. And I hope we keep on practicing the fractions. Today we saw that we can do addition of a same denominator, different denominator. We can do subtraction of the same denominator and the different denominator. Thank you very much.